Hey everyone and welcome back. Today we are going to be looking at the submissions for the Multidimensional Game Challenge over on r/the Happy Makers, where we do game challenges that are just meant to be non-stressful ways to practice going from an idea to some kind of finished product without worrying if it's, the best thing we've ever made. So in this one, we had to make a game where the mechanic included changing the dimension. So you can see I'm pressing the up and down arrows and you can see that compass kind of shift. So I think we're in a 3D world that's being projected into 2D. This is by user TDC, if I didn't say that already, but it's a very, very cool idea and it honestly looks really nice and the puzzles are really cool and you will see me struggle with them, not because they're poorly designed, but at first I really didn't get it, but then I kind of got the hang of it. You can see that we have to rotate the world so that when we jump, we rotate it so that as we jump, we get onto the higher one until we climb up to the top. Now, there was one thing I was actually a little bit confused about. So to rotate the world, you press up or down, and then to move, it's left or right, and then space to jump. Standard controls. But sometimes when I was jumping or moving around, pressing side to side also rotated it slightly. So I was a little bit confused what was going on with that, if that was a bug or not. But it was just a really cool idea, and I feel like probably the best way, once the puzzles get more complicated, if there were more levels added onto it, as the puzzles get more complicated, I could see even having to draw out what it looks like, because I think that compass definitely kind of gives you an idea of, like, I'm guessing, see, this is what I'm trying to visualize. Is it that we are just rotating through the world? So, okay, I'm trying to visualize this. So is this a 2D projection of a 3D world, and then the camera is just moving at kind of fixed points and projecting different parts, but the square is always fixed on that line? I'm guessing what that is. Like if there's a camera projecting different parts from 3D to 2D, then the square is always locked into and moving with the camera, even though it's appearing to stay still. That's kind of what I'm thinking is going on with all this, but it's really cool, really well executed, and honestly way better than mine. You'll see mine. There were quite a few other there are a few other people who did it but then didn't finish or said they would rather not have it on a stream or a video, so that's fine. This is already way better than mine because it even has a story about A, the square, and B, the circle, and B is a perfect little round princess, I guess. I don't know. It's which one's the guy and which one's the girl, or are they both guys? Are they both girls? I have to know. I have to know the lore behind this game, everybody. But yeah, by the way, sorry that this isn't a live stream. I probably won't be able to stream very regularly until August or July-ish. Yeah, and I also actually felt like the actual playing of these is a lot better on just a straight up video, but I really do miss live streaming and doing developer streams. You'll see my game coming up now. It's a silly little thing. I did it entirely on the stream, and so basically you have a cat in one dimension and it can only see, so if there was a block in 2 dimensions, it will see everything as just a dot or like an obstacle, because, if it's in 1D, it's not going to have a width or a height. So I just represented it as like a dot on a number line, kind of. So if there's 2 blocks in a row on the floor, you can see that the cat will only see 2 dots. And then if it jumps up to the next level, it'll see the blocks that are on that level. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. So the whole thing with this puzzle, it's not totally clear, I guess. The whole thing with this puzzle is that you need to go in 1D along the number line up on that high spot, and then switch back to 2D to drop down and get to the other side. So this was a fun thing. I did the entire thing on the stream, all the art and figuring out the animations of the 2D cat and stuff. And yeah, it probably shouldn't have taken me as long as it did, but we were laughing about Soylent and fun things like that. Oh yeah, and then there's a magic meter. So technically your time is limited of how much time you can spend in 2D, and the point of that is just so you don't get fully comfortable with just platforming like a normal platformer. You have to kind of guess what the 2D world looks like based on your 1D view. So that's kind of my idea. It would be fun to add on to it, but yeah. TDC, bro, you did much better than me. I really wanted to add in a little story like that for mine. So that's my goal for the next challenge, is to make a story for my next submission. And anyway, this was really cool, and I'm gonna have a new video up soon on the main channel, which will then introduce a new challenge that I hope everyone can participate in, because I know maybe the multi-dimensional challenge was a bit more daunting than, you know, making a text adventure or something like that. So, as always, have a happy day wherever you are, and I'll see you guys soon.